Hey guys, Aldo and Rio, the Tech Shaman here. This is the pilot episode of the Kaiju Crew podcast. In this episode, we talk a lot about racial issues, gun violence in America. We bring up Dylan Ruth. We talk about several different instances of racial injustice and just some really, really heavy topics. So we hope you enjoy.
I got you. Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, everyone, welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our podcast. We're here to talk about urban pop culture, urban views,
Yes.
people in the city,
Yeah.
people in the suburbs too that can join in. That will be on www.kaijucrew.com, and we're going to be posting that website tomorrow. Today's the launch of the podcast, but the website will be up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Brittany and I edit it. What do you think, bitch?
I think that I love it, and I think that other people are gonna love it, and it's gonna be a fun time.
We actually had to cram everything in because we had a shitty day. I had a shitty day, but we had to cram everything in, everyone, and we're just getting by right now, but we're having so much fun. We have topics for you today, and it is going to include
Thank you.
race issues, racism, classism, capitalism. You know, when it comes to materialistic things, you know what I mean? And shit's going on. There's a shooting. What the fuck is going on in the world? There's a fucking shooting.
Ain't nothing new, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. But why is there even more and more shootings too? You know what I mean? Like, are we for gun laws now, or are we not for gun laws now? You know what I
Right.
mean? So,
It's a big ass flip flop.
but today's strand is, our first strand is what Bratty Ass Brit is going to demo for you guys.
Yes, my fucking nail came off. Another one. It's like, okay, so this one is called Lavender Jones. Okay, write it down. This is my manager's plural because I have two. Because I'm like that. It's like, no, this is my manager's strand, and it's really, 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 really good. And I'm not just saying that because just to say it. Like, I mean it. Like, you see how I am, high shit. So, yeah. If you're in the DMV? What's up, Greg? So this is
But
only
you
in
can
Maryland.
get it in any dispensaries too. Lavender Jones.
Yeah. Okay. But you can get it at any dispensary. So it's legit. A lot of people say that, oh, they have that pressure. No, they don't. They really just have some grass.
And
Really.
it's like, yeah, you pay good money to feel real good.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's healthy for you. There's food, you know, edibles, there's juice. You can literally drink the whole bottle and literally die.
Yeah. Let me show y'all since y'all asked. You really didn't, but I'm going to show you anyway. This shit.
And we have the tech shaman, Aldwin. Aldwin Ray. Oh, what's up?
Hello.
Hubby, what's up?
Yes, we have started the podcast. We're gonna move forward.
Yeah.
I don't really have any major topics.
What's up, handsome ass? Can't say that word.
Ooh, say it. What's up, Kristen Fargon?
What's up? Shout out to DC.
Is
but
he
continue.
really handsome?
I don't know. But anyways, let's
You
get
don't
to
know? Come to my
Yeah.
live so I can tell
what's up,
you.
Victoria? How are you doing? Okay, let's get to the topics of today's show. We'll smoke, I guess, in 5, and then that's when Hop in the Box session will go on.
Okay.
So first topic is racial issues.
Okay. My
Right.
bad.
But we can still talk about like the like shootings and stuff like that, and like gun violence and things of that nature. Which I am actually for people to have guns. We own guns. For thank you. I'm about to DJ later on tonight. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do the horn for you. Thank you so much for the tequila. But we have to talk about this issue of now it's like an everyday thing.
Mm-hmm. It's our
a
reality.
shooting, the Garlic Festival. Out of anywhere, you're gonna shoot a fucking place called the Garlic fucking Festival, where people are enjoying the garlic, because garlic makes everything good.
It's interesting that they said that one was the one that was supposed to have race involved, and then they said that might be the case with the El Paso, Texas one too. And again, it's some kind of manifesto thing. It's the same thing they were talking about.
Yeah.
Can we get a hold of that, like, so we can read this thing that they're talking about?
Yeah, we should.
What is this?
You have to type all that.
I'll look for it.
Raj said garlic only make Italian food good.
He never ventured out.
Oh, venture out, baby. What's up with you, though, Raj?
But no, like try some like like travel. You get it like when you went to like Caribbean and stuff like that. They have like lots of garlic, but it's also like sweet and savory at the same time. Right. You know what I mean?
He said, "Don't put garlic in my tacos, or we fighting."
Oh no,
that doesn't even sound. No,
we don't even.
Like...
No. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
No, not like that.
That just
What's up,
sounds
sexy
trifling.
chocolate? Yes, thank you so much for the favorite. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be
favorite
DJing.
me, guys. Hello.
Oh, it's you. What's up? Yeah. Happy Saturday to you too. What's going on? We're talking about shooting, and we're talking about the manifesto for today's podcast. And it is the launch of the page, the Bratty Ass Brit Show.
I can't battle you, quarter. Thank you, baby.
Oh shit.
Oh, sorry. I'm on my bossy queen status in my little
queen blanket.
There
No,
you
that's
go.
a king size blanket. That's a king size.
So I'm a
comforter.
king out here, baby.
She's
I'm a whole king.
She's a king.
I'm a king. That's how you know it's real.
Like Nefertiti.
Yes.
She said, "No, I don't want to be queen. I want to be pharaoh."
Something better than that.
Exactly. That's what's up. Yeah, exactly. But
thank you.
we are learning now that this is a plan. This is like almost like the shooting. It's a manifesto. There's 2 manifestos for this month's shooting, or last month's shooting, and then this month's shooting. So we're looking for that manifesto right now, because now it's a regular thing.
You know what? Speaking of manifesto, did y'all hear about these 2 girls in middle school? And they had a manifesto, and I think they were plotting to kill either other students or their teacher. They had it all written out and everything.
Holy crap. Wow, I did not hear about that one.
Yeah, in middle school, bro. In middle school. But you I'm gonna lose what?
I was just like, oh, thank you so much for oh my god, 2,000 hearts. Thank you so much.
It is nasty. It sounds nasty, like garlic.
But like now we're in a garlic situation. No, garlic is really good. It's actually really healthy for you too. It's really healthy.
All right, folks. So
salute.
I got a hold of this manifesto or a good summary of it, right? And then make a long story short, this is just some crazy racist stuff. Is what it is. Mm-hmm. Basically, they're saying that the Anglo-Saxon race is innately superior to all races. Once I got to that point, I was like, okay, now I know what we're dealing with. We're dealing with some crazy people. Yes, that's what it is. It's like some book that came out in 1896 that was preaching that, and now they've found it again. And they're going through this.
3,000 hearts. Thank you so much.
So somebody said, what is a manifesto?
A manifesto is you plotting out something or identifying what you're going to do before you do it in written format or text format. A lot of people who commit suicide write suicide notes. That's a manifesto right there. Mm-hmm. So
it's like a blueprint of what you're about to do.
Right. Oh, thank you so much.
It's like a blueprint.
And it's not really a bad thing. It's just that it's a bad thing right now because of the way people are like talking about it. But.
Yeah, because manifestos can be good as well.
Right. Like by this day, I'm going to do something, like something like that. But like 20 people killed, 26 people injured.
I mean, yeah, it's all what you believe
In a Walmart. In a Walmart.
Very cool.
In a fucking Walmart.
Like, how can we talk? Do you want to talk about this now? About if you knew somebody, or should I wait? So okay, so you hear all these stories about, oh, this guy got crazy and he shot up like this place or whatever. So I'm saying, what if you knew that guy or that woman that shot up that place?
Right.
Like if it was your family member or like a close friend.
Who shot?
Who shot all these people, killed people, everything.
If it was my son or my daughter, they are my blood, but it depends on how close I am with them. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, it's none of you. I mean, let the investigators do what they need to do, but like, I'm just getting the news right now, like everyone else. You know what I mean? So please cut me some slack. Yes, I did raise him. I did do all these stuff, but let me get down to this first, because people are so greedy with like news, like, and people are in a panic as well. But the families who are affected, like, should like just sit down, like, kind of like think like, oh my gosh, why did he do this? Or I know exactly why he did this. You know what I mean? It's those outcomes. So for me, I'll be like shocked. I have to. I mean, he did something wrong, or she did something wrong. It's the role of the land.
Yeah, but with it being that high of a, he did something wrong.
Yeah, he has to suffer the consequences.
Yeah, because
he has to learn his lesson.
Yeah, because it's more than just, oh, he talked back to the teacher in school today, or he hit Billy or whatever. It's, oh shit, he killed people,
right,
or he was attempting to kill people. Like, that's on a whole different level.
Right.
So do you feel like you would still have that type of reaction to it?
I would be, what the fuck? What the fuck did my... Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much.
Chandra.
I'll be like, what the fuck did he do? Why did he think he needs to do that? For me, because I know that I'm raising a kid, to respect other people. It's like, what gone ticky ticky boom boom? Or if he was hanging out with the wrong crowds, we already know all that stuff. You know what I mean? We already know who they're hanging out with by their social media. You know what I mean? We can tell. We know as a parent. But if we don't know, and it was a mental illness, it's like, okay, we need to dive deep into that and figure out what really is going on. Was he bullied? But that's no excuse to kill other people. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's no excuse whatsoever. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to our future kids, and I'll be like, you're in this position, but I'm here. Let's talk about things.
So Raj said, I feel like if I love you and you did some shit that hurt other people, to be honest, I don't care, because I only care about my loved one and if they're killed. So basically, whoever they killed deserved it.
But that's not in like all cases too.
Yeah.
Because you'll have
Subdion,
like someone who hangs out with the wrong crowd, wanting to kind of like have a second form of a family. Because maybe you weren't in their life. Maybe you always worked. You know what I mean? Maybe in your life, in your childhood, it could be abusive, or what you're dealing with right now. So you kind of like are repressed. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just like they still did it. They have to learn the consequences. And when you actually go to court, like I did, and seeing all these people, it's like their parents are like, I know what he did was wrong, but they didn't have to do him like that. I haven't seen a case so bad yet. You know what I mean? Working for the government, I haven't seen that case so bad yet. But it's just like, does he really need, 16 years if he was an accessory when he was just driving the car? Does he really need 16 years in jail? Right. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. But if someone killed him, it's like, okay, that is a sensitive subject, but we all are trying to coexist as a nation, in which we actually do have to actually, have each other's back now. You know what I mean? If you see someone that you can help, help them out. Try to help them out at least.
So Raj says, you're absolutely right, but again, if my cousin was a psychopath, and I knew he was a psychopath, but he is my psychopath. Don't touch him. I'm not sure where you're getting at, but I feel like that kind of goes to the story of that guy that was mentally challenged, right? Mm-hmm. And so I don't know why the word handler is coming to my mind. I'm sorry, it's not even what it is.
I mean, caregivers.
Caregivers. I was gonna say aid, but yeah, caregivers.
Aid is good too. Yeah.
He was telling them, do not mess with him because I take care of this person. I know that whatever you think you're seeing is really not what you're seeing.
Right.
He's doing this because he has a disability.
Right.
So don't do it.
Right.
He's not even thinking about y'all right now.
Right. And the kid with the disability actually laughed. And it's like, hey, you should have shut up. You know what I mean? Like, you should have been quiet. Mm-hmm. So, but people are so trigger happy. So trigger happy. Especially police officers.
You understand that, Raj, too.
It's just like crazy, you know, what's happening in these past years.
Yeah, things have changed in a really bad way.
Right. What's up, Bod? Too. Shout out to everyone. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah. No, I wasn't gonna say that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're not against each other. That's the problem. We're not against each other. We're here for each other to work together.
What do you think about the people who actually support the killers? Like you know, he didn't do anything wrong. You know, he or Dylan Roof. You know what I mean? He has a following. He was with the KKK.
But they have this following because of the details of whatever happens. Okay, mm-hmm. This is the one that went to the church, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he went to a black church and did this crime. He went to a black church and killed these people. Mm-hmm. Look at who is supporting him. Racist motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. Sorry to cuss.
And got Burger King out of it. And got a piece of burger.
They didn't. It's not because they knew him personally, because they didn't. This is people from all over the world.
He's a good old boy. He's a good old boy.
It's because he supports racism. Oh, I support racism too, so I'm going to support whatever he do, especially if it's racist. And I don't even know him. That. Now, someone said that he supports the killer. I will never support the killer in that type of way. I would support them. That's a tricky topic because I feel like it depends on what the situation was. Like, okay, if my friend killed her boyfriend or her girlfriend because they were really, really abusive and she did it out of self-defense, I'm absolutely 100% supporting you because you had to get out of that situation the best that you could at that current moment. Now, if you just kill... Mm-hmm. Now, there's other ways to get out of that situation, but, I mean, that's a whole different topic. Right. But if my best friend, or if my friend kills somebody just because he looked at her, I'm not supporting you at all.
Me supporting a killer is just if I know for the fact that he did that shit, I would be and I supported that. I mean, I'll be crazy because I would be supporting it, but for people who did that shit, and if I'm your friend, no, I'm not going to support you. You know what I mean? No. You killed somebody. So you don't see lions killing each other.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It wouldn't matter what the situation was. Just the fact that they killed somebody, you wouldn't support.
I can be sympathetic as much as possible. I can feel genuine pain, discomfort, being depressed, being sad, being annoyed, being angry at why he did this shit or why she did this shit. But I'm not supporting that shit. You know what I mean? You should have, if you're my friend, you should have came to me and saying, I'm feeling all this shit. You know what I mean? If it was schizophrenia and stuff, I can understand that, but not only that too, white people don't care. Sorry, white people who was watching, but white America or the conservative Midwest blue collar America, right? Don't support in Medicare. What supports Medicare and Obamacare? Therapies. You know what I mean? To be evaluated, you have to be evaluated. You have free evaluation. You know what I mean with your medication, with your Medicare, with your health insurance.
So I feel like support is so vague.
Right. But here's the thing, they're not supporting it, so they're not getting the proper evaluation. Think about it like that too.
What, you saw something?
I'm just
We're supposed
sure
to have
that
physicals and all that
diffuser's
stuff.
on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, rooms are smelling ganja.
I don't smell shit.
It will be soon. But like, you have to be evaluated, you know what I mean? And they're not taking that evaluation, they're not taking that physical. Because when you go in the physical, they check everything, like, oh, you have a lump, you haven't been drinking water, you haven't doing stuff, but like, if they said that you have dark circles underneath your eyes, like, how are you sleeping? That's what doctors are supposed to do. You're supposed to talk to them. These people don't want that. All they want is to conserve their property taxes or their income taxes when it comes to work. These Republicans, or conservatives, they're not taking that proper initiative for evaluation. That leads them to be crazier, and the racist, crazy people start shooting people up.
It's so funny because someone just said, "Aren't you already supporting killers with tax money?"
I mean, what happened to people's
that's
religion?
big.
What happened to people's religion? Like, trying to tell them not to do bad stuff. What happened to that?
What's up, Eric? How you doing?
You said try not to what?
What happened to people, like, kind of relying on religion to, like, say, hey, that's wrong. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, why?
Because it's supposed to be a separation of church and state, but it's not anymore.
Go ahead with that, yes.
It's not. Okay?
Because they guilt trip us with that shit all the fucking time with law. Why do you have to bring religion to it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do you have to bring religion? Like, do you swear to God? And he was like, well, what if I believe in the Quran? Well, bring out the Quran. What if I believe in sea squirrels? You know what I mean? I'm a mermaid. Mm-hmm. I want a sea squirrel. Mm-hmm. You know, I am this other pagan religion. You know what I mean? I need this Bible. I'm Buddhist. I need this. You know what I mean? So they need to be open to that. Like, do you swear to your gods? Yes, I swear to my God. I'm innocent. You know what I mean? So it does have to be separation of church and state, even in schools. Even in schools, because now you have immigrant. Because in Montgomery County, we supported, because it's a sanctuary state, so a lot of Latinos come in. A lot of Israelis, because synagogues and all, especially Northwood, we supported them. You know, they had green cards.
I lived in a Jewish neighborhood.
Camp Mill, the bougiest.
You're right, though.
So, for that, but that's old school bouginess. Like, it's beautiful, like the park and everything. Is that pirate ship still there in that little church? You know how like they have that playground in that neighborhood, in your neighborhood, when you keep on going going towards Brookside? There's like a church with a park, and then there's like the gas.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
It might be. I'm going over there Sunday. Tomorrow's Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm going
venture out a little farther. Mm-hmm. Ben Yehuda's.
Oh my god! Yeah.
You used to get the fries. I remember.
I know. So we're just okay. So wait, I had a question a little while ago. You were talking about the schools and stuff. Mm-hmm. You ready? Mm-hmm. You ready?
Oh, to smoke?
No.
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you gonna tell the news?
Huh?
Are you gonna say something? I'm so confused.
No. Are you ready to do that?
This?
No. Nope. Yes.
No. I'm just putting it on the table.
Okay. I didn't know if you were like telling me something.
It's a finger, Brittany. Yo, she was like, "Are you okay with that?" I'm like, "Is there something we're not supposed to talk about right now?" She's like, "That."
Nah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Back on track.
All right.
Well, how do you feel about the kids doing the Pledge of Allegiance in the schools?
I was about to bring that up too right now.
Oh, okay.
I think that as you stepping into our territory, into American territory, you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance. But you have the respect for the people who don't want to do the pledge as well. You know what I mean? I think you should, because we're giving you an opportunity for education, you know what I mean? But people have that under God. So we're swearing now in school. You know what I mean? Why should my kids swear in school right now? You know what I mean? It's almost like idiosyncrasy. It's almost like propaganda in a way. It's a good case of propaganda in a way. You know what I mean? But I feel that if you are coming to an area where we're accepting you for free education and stuff like that, you know what I mean, and you're getting the best in Montgomery County or anywhere in general, you have the right to actually sit down.
So that's the problem, though, because it's almost contradictory. Because if you say you're coming into our territory, so you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance, or let's just talk about people who are already here, you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance. But then you're also saying, but you still have to support the people that don't want to. Okay, so it goes against itself because, okay, if I'm coming from a different country, I know I need to say this because you want me to say it because you're giving me something. So I'm going to give you something in return, but at the same time, I really don't want to do it. So then are you respecting the fact that I don't want to do it because of the simple fact that y'all say under God and I don't believe in that?
Right. I mean, I
guess you find a middle ground. You come in and say, you don't have to say it, but could you at least stand?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And if they don't want to stand, then it's like, okay, we got to find a middle ground because it's like everybody's doing it, and it was kind of a tradition. But if they don't want to stand, then you got a problem. It's like at least stand. Don't say nothing.
Right. But it goes hand in hand too, Brittany. In Dubai and the AU, their disrespect is feet. You know what I mean? So with us not understanding their culture, we have to understand their culture as well. It's just as, we have to support the people who, like, when you are in in Dubai, a lot of our colleagues was you have to respect their culture too. Like, they want you to go into the prayer room and just if you sit there, you're just respecting. You don't have to do the prayers. You know what I mean? So if it's contradictory that I said, I'll just say this. I'll just make it easier. How about this? You're entitled to stand or sit. That's your right of protest. There we go.
Well, I feel like what you said just before that made sense. It, like you were saying, it has to be a middle ground. I think because then it can't
but now
be
it's
both.
bribery. But now it's bribery, though. If you do think about it like that, if you find a middle ground, you two I feel like it's bribery. If that's your tactic, these are your students. You know what I mean? I remember Miss Willard telling me that I should need to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, and I said my leg's broken right now. I can't stand up. I'm just gonna do this. No, you need to stand. I was like, I already did that. I already tried to meet you halfway. Yeah. But that's not all people right there, but that's my bad experience right there with Miss Willard in Northwood. Well, shout out to Miss Willard. How you doing?
How do you feel when you when you actually read the Pledge of Allegiance, when you say it? Like, what do you think of what you're saying?
Start with you, and then we go around.
With me?
Yeah.
Wait, ask the question again.
I guess we're supposed to recite
How do I feel about...
reciting it. How does it feel to you?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to say it in my head and then really give you a good answer.
Me too.
Because I haven't said it in so long.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, and justice for all.
Ain't no justice for all. That's how I feel.
Exactly. So you should have said.
And why are we doing it under God if it's supposed to be a separation of church and state?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm asleep.
One nation under God.
I'm asleep.
And for people,
and it ain't one nation.
Right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They're literally giving Colin Kaepernick all this attention and heat. He didn't let. He was just protesting. That's the same concept too.
Yeah.
But they're not going to respect a Muslim person having to pray each 3 hours. 3 hours, right? How many times a day do they have to pray?
They have to pray a lot.
Yeah.
That's all I can't tell you what you
So they can't respect that. You know what I mean? Or
5.
Can't
5. You
5.
still here? Cool.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I need to be politically correct with that. Thank you so much. I learned something. But these conservatives, they're praying. It's so what are they praying? That's their right to protest. That's their right to religion. That's their freedom.
I don't see why they.
When you say equal, it means everyone.
Yeah. So it's interesting that we all grew up saying that, but then if you look at reality, you take a snapshot. That's not what people were pledging allegiance to.
But doesn't it sound almost like propaganda in a way, and almost like an incantation, like nursery rhyme, like a propaganda nursery rhyme? You know what I mean?
I just thought of something. It's propaganda, but it's not for everybody.
I like that way.
Okay, are y'all
like
asleep
it,
or what?
yeah.
I know I
What's
probably
up?
like it,
What's
but
up,
I'm not.
Tyshawn? What's up,
There is no
transgender
justice
diva?
for all.
What's up?
There's justice for all if you fall
betrayed
under
it.
that category.
Yeah.
One.
All of these types of people, yeah, that's what we're really talking about. They're still going to say that because they need to know it.
Right.
They need to know it. We're talking about all of us, not all of y'all, all of us. But you're still going to recite our stuff, though.
Oh, wait, are you saying that that's what you believe, or just like an example right now?
No, I feel like that's, I mean, now that I'm really like digging down and I'm like really like thinking of the words and how the way of this world is, that's what it is.
Well, let's break this down. This is a similar topic. Let's bring up Haiti, right?
You said
Haiti.
Okay.
Right? In history, Haiti was the only black nation to actually whip the shit out of the white folks and keep them out. And the whole point is, what happened? What happened to Haiti? It got completely destroyed economically, right? The French made like an embargo. You couldn't even trade with them. It was horrible. So we know how they feel when they feel like there's excellence coming. Remember I talked about Obama earlier? Mm-hmm. To me, what the core of the people who are upset and angry, this is almost the same spirit of what happened to Haiti. It's like, okay, Obama was successful. They've got their people. Let's go ahead and come after him. And then that's how we ended up with Trump. That's the way I feel. I feel like it's a literal reaction.
A reaction to an action.
Yeah. Because if you're going to kill somebody because of their skin color, that's already like sacrificing human nature. You're not supposed to do that. Mm-hmm. So that means they can do some of the most cruel things to people when they feel like it's their right.
But like Hades is coming up there now because like now like private donors, like one person in the U.S. is actually sending $1 billion to Haiti to help with efforts there because they have to trade with the Dominican Republic. They have to, that's where they get everything. This little river, they cross that border, and then they trade in the Dominican Republic. And then the Dominican Republic, Dominicans come to Haiti so they can trade with them. So it's like almost like a trip, like it's a ritual once a week for grandma to go out when someone's working. You know what I mean? The soil is so dead because they owe so much debt to the French, to France. France wanted to enslave them, and then France was like, you know what? Since we claimed Haiti, so we're taking that. You owe us all this money. How about that, Haiti? And the Haitians are now years back with like technology, with modern construction, with healthcare, with food, with markets. You know what I mean? So that's what white superpowers do. They take away something that, and they don't even forgive. They forgive the people that look like them, you know what I mean? But they don't forgive minorities, you know what I mean? They didn't forgive slavery. They didn't forgive, concentration camps for Japanese, and Asian people, you know what I mean? They didn't forgive about that. It's like, oh, we were victors. We're so strong, you know what I mean? But when we lose so hard. You know what I mean? But we just have to stand as a nation.
And then I guess we could talk about people like Bernie Sanders, who were like, literally, this man was in the thick of it, standing arm in arm.
Right.
And doing it, those kind of people, those are the ones that have made a difference because he wouldn't have anything if they didn't, help out sometimes.
Right. And we're going to cover that section after this break.